The heat has been brutal for construction workers, farm workers, and anyone working outside. That's about half the workforce in South Asia. But not working is not an option for many, like Indian construction worker Kushilal Mandal.
Even if it's very hot, we still have to work. We won't be able to eat if we don't work. Wage laborers like us work despite the heat.
At these temperatures, heat stroke and even death are real risks for people working outside. Many work sites shut down early, but that means lost wages. Hours lost to heat are on the rise worldwide. In 2030, a UN report says, they will add up to the equivalent of 80 million full-time jobs.
These effects are global, they are pronounced, and they are persistent.
Tivrat Garg, an economist at the University of California, San Diego, says it doesn't take a full work stoppage to hurt workers' wages. People just can't do as much when it's hot.
It's not about workers feeling icky or lazy or just like, I don't want to work because it's hot. It's that heat is representing binding constraints on workers' ability to do their job.
It's not just outdoor work that suffers in the heat, says World Bank economist Patrick Bearer.
We think of manufacturing as a thing that occurs inside, but inside doesn't mean protected from the heat. It doesn't mean air conditioned.
He says heat affects workers even if they're not exerting themselves.
It's harder for you to pay attention. It's harder for you to focus. You get tired more easily. And so all of those things feed through to reductions in productivity.
And Bearer says there's more on the line than lost wages.
Because you're paying less attention to what you're doing, or you're more tired, you're much more likely to injure yourself.
Experts say society will adapt to hotter temperatures. Air conditioning makes a big difference. But that's money companies won't spend on better equipment or hiring more workers, Garg says.
Adaptation is not free. It's expensive, it's costly, and in general, we find that the poorer you are, the more expensive it is.
As the heat rises, Garg says countries will need social safety net programs to lessen the effects on poor people.
When we think about climate investments, we're thinking about seawalls and we're thinking about green energy, and all of that's quite important. But it's also important to remember that social protection programs and safety nets are going to play a huge role for low and middle income populations.
Experts say inequality is rising along with temperatures. Steve Baragona, VOA News.